All right, diving right into the World Chess Championship.
Oh, yeah.
This year is going to be pretty wild
Yeah.
with Magnus Carlsen, stepping down. The reigning champ just decides he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Right.
So it leaves a big question, like, who is really the best in the world?
Well, this is interesting from a historical perspective.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the first time we've seen this, where the reigning world champion wasn't necessarily the top player.
Hmm.
We've seen it before with figures like Max Yu or Vasily Smyslov,
Okay.
all world champions. But they weren't always considered the top player while they were champion.
It really makes you think what best even means, because Carlsen was champ for so long, and even though he decided to step down,
Right.
he's still widely considered,
The GOAT.
the GOAT, exactly.
Like, it's almost like Michael Jordan retiring from basketball, but everyone's still wondering, could he beat the current stars?
Right.
And that's kind of the shadow hanging over this championship. Whoever wins, people are going to be comparing them to Carlsen.
Oh, for sure.
And that just adds a whole other layer of pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of pressure, let's talk about Ding Liren,
Okay.
the current champ. He won in a pretty dramatic match last year against Ian Nepomniachtchi.
Right.
It was a huge win for China, but he's been kind of in a slump since then, don't you think?
Yeah, it's been a tough period for him.
Yeah.
After his victory, he actually took a 9-month break from playing chess competitively.
Wow. 9 months, that's a long time.
It is.
I guess understandable after such an intense match.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But when he came back, his ELO rating actually dropped almost 20 points.
Hmm.
And to put that in perspective, that's a significant dip
Okay.
compared to how other champions have performed after winning the title.
And it's not just the numbers either.
No.
He had a pretty rough showing at Norway Chess earlier this year.
Oh, yeah.
Lost 4 games in a row.
Yeah,
That's almost unheard of for a world champion.
it is. It is.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is how open he's been about the struggles he's been having with anxiety and self-doubt.
It's brave.
It is very much so,
It's good of him.
especially in the field where you're expected to be like, this emotionless calculating machine.
Yeah, very true.
To be so open about the mental and emotional toll that comes with playing at that high of a level.
Yeah, it humanizes the whole thing.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
even in chess, it's not just about the strategy and intellect.
Right.
It's the mental game. The
Absolutely.
mental game is just as important.
It really is.
So, speaking of up-and-coming stars, let's talk about Gukesh Dommaraju,
Okay.
Ding's opponent. He is a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, for sure.
At just 18 years old.
Yeah.
He's already one of the top players in the world.
He's been amazing to watch.
It's really been a meteoric rise for him.
It has. Think about this. At 14,
Yeah.
he beat a seasoned grandmaster in a tournament.
Oh.
Like, that would be like a teenager going up against, an NBA pro.
Yeah, crazy.
And his ELO rating just shot up. He became the 3rd youngest player to reach 2,700.
That's insane.
Yeah, which is like the elite level in chess.
Yeah, he's been breaking all sorts of records.
Yeah.
Youngest Indian grandmaster ever, and a key player in India winning their first team gold at the Chess Olympiad.
Right.
Which is, the big team event where different countries compete.
Yeah, it really shows how deep their talent pool is.
He's lighting the chess world on fire.
He is, and it's part
Yeah.
of a larger trend of
Yeah.
India really becoming a chess powerhouse.
And it's no coincidence, right?
Well, definitely not.
I mean, Viswanathan Anand, India's first world champion,
Right.
he paved the way,
Absolutely.
for this generation.
Yeah.
Showed them what's possible.
For sure.
It was huge when Anand won in 2007.
There was.
He broke Russia's dominance
Decades of dominance.
and became a national hero and inspired so many kids to take up chess.
Oh, yeah. And now, with government support and a growing chess culture, India's producing some of the most talented players in the world.
They really are. David Howell even said, in terms of dominance, India seems to be the new Russia.
That's a big statement.
It is. So we have this incredible showdown coming up.
We do.
Champion facing his own, inner demons, and a young prodigy trying to make history.
Yeah, it's going to be something else.
This could be a championship for the ages.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely. It's interesting,
Yeah.
how this battle between Ding and Gukesh, it's like a mirror of this larger shift in the chess world. Like David Howell called it, the battle for Asia.
Right.
You've got China and India
Yeah.
really becoming the dominant forces.
It's a big change
It is
from the traditional European powerhouses.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really shows how global chess has become.
It does.
It's not just about national pride anymore.
Right.
It's about the growth of the game itself.
Yeah, for sure. Like, take India, for example.
Okay.
They're investing so much in chess, and it's paying off. You know,
Right.
they're finding all this young talent. They're hosting big tournaments,
Right.
building up this whole infrastructure.
And it's working. Like Hal said, it's probably the biggest chess economy right now.
It really is. And that kind of brings us to another interesting thing about this championship.
Okay.
There's this whole debate going on about the format of the World Chess Championship itself. Like the classic 14-game format.
Yeah.
That grueling mental marathon.
It's a beast.
It really is. And it's being challenged by these online platforms like chess.com,
Right.
where everything's faster.
It's faster time controls, yeah.
More dynamic gameplay, yeah.
It's a clash of tradition versus innovation.
Totally. Like, don't those platforms have a point?
Well,
Chess.com, it's brought millions to chess.
oh, absolutely.
Especially younger people with blitz chess and stuff.
Yeah, where you only have 3 minutes.
3 minutes on the clock.
Makes it so intense.
Yeah, it's a whole different energy.
Tournaments like the Chess.com Speed Chess Championship,
Right.
they've become super popular.
So different from the slow, deliberate pace of the World Championship.
Yeah, but the question is, does that mean it dilutes the prestige of the World Championship?
Yeah, that's the big debate, right?
Exactly.
Finding that balance.
Yeah.
Some people say the 14-game format, it's tough, but it's what keeps that historical weight.
Right.
That it truly reveals the best player.
Because you have to maintain that focus.
Yeah, strategic depth.
Over weeks.
Over weeks of play.
Exactly.
But other people say, hey, the world has changed.
It has.
Look at the viewership numbers.
Right. The World Championship viewership is dwindling compared to these online events. They're exploding in popularity.
So they're saying the championship needs to adapt, right?
To stay relevant, yeah.
Maybe shorter time controls or something.
Or even experiment with different formats.
It feels like chess is at a crossroads.
It does.
And this championship with this new generation coming up, it could be what pushes things forward.
That's what's so interesting about this, right? This match between Ding and Gukesh.
Right.
Not only is it a microcosm of this global power shift, but it's also happening against the backdrop of this huge debate about the future of chess.
It really is.
It's a clash of styles.
Generations, two stories all wrapped into one.
Yeah, one on the board.
And one in the world at large.
Exactly. Makes you wonder, could this be a turning point?
Right.
Will this match impact how chess evolves?
Okay, so back to the players themselves.
Right.
You were saying earlier that Ding's been struggling.
He has.
But Gukesh, he seems to have all the momentum.
He does, yeah. Gukesh is aggressive.
Uh-huh.
So tactically brilliant.
Makes for some exciting games.
Oh, yeah, he's not afraid to take risks.
But Ding, he's the seasoned champion.
Right, known for his resilience.
His deep understanding of the game.
Exactly.
So what are you expecting from this match?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Predicting a world championship match is always a gamble.
Right.
They're both so talented,
Sure.
but they have such different styles.
Yeah.
Ding, he's more positional. He focuses on slowly building an advantage, just squeezing his opponents.
Just wearing them down.
Yeah, but Gukesh, he's always attacking, looking for imbalances, tactical combinations.
So a real clash of styles.
Yeah, I think the openings are going to be key.
Okay.
Gukesh will probably try to steer things into those sharp tactical positions, while Ding will try to keep things controlled.
Right, so he can outmaneuver Gukesh later.
Exactly, in the end game.
The battle of attrition.
It could be. And then there's the psychological aspect.
Right, Ding and his anxiety.
Yeah, it's something to keep in mind.
Could it play a role?
It could. World championship matches, they're so demanding.
Mentally and emotionally, yeah.
The pressure is immense.
I bet.
Any weakness there can be exploited.
Yeah, for sure. Gukesh seems pretty mentally tough, though.
He does. For someone so young, he's fearless, confident.
That could give him an edge.
Possibly, yeah.
So it sounds like we're in for a real treat.
Oh, absolutely.
Both players bringing their A game.
And the stakes are high.
Higher than ever.
This is about individual glory, of course.
Right.
But it's also about national pride.
The future of the game.
Yeah, their legacies.
A clash of titans, a real battle for the soul of chess.
And we get to watch it all unfold.
But beyond the match itself, there's this whole other dimension to it, the
Yeah,
geopolitical aspect.
Exactly.
We were talking about this match as like a battle of Asia,
Right.
China and India going head to head.
Yeah.
It goes beyond the players themselves.
It does.
Like a much bigger story.
It is. It's fascinating how chess which is supposed to be this purely intellectual game, can get so tied up with national identity and global power.
Totally. I mean, throughout history, we've seen chess being used as this, like...
Proxy.
Yeah, a proxy for political struggles.
Exactly.
The most famous example being the Cold War.
All right.
The Soviet Union versus the United States.
The chessboard became a battleground.
It really did. It wasn't just about moving the pieces.
It was this ideological class.
It represented so much more.
Systems, values, worldviews.
And now with China and India, these rising global powers,
we're seeing those same dynamics.
It's repeating itself.
It is. So this match between Ding and Gukesh, it's not just about who gets the title.
No.
It's about national pride, showcasing their intellectual power.
Right.
A win for Ding, it would solidify China's image as this global power,
a force to be reckoned with.
Exactly, showing they can excel in everything.
Even intellectual pursuits,
And for Gukesh, it would be huge for India.
Oh, yeah.
A sign that they've arrived.
That they're a major player.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we have to remember the geopolitical context.
Right, China and India, it's complicated.
Yeah, cooperation and competition all at once.
Nuclear powers, shared borders.
Vying for influence in the region.
All of that adds another layer to this.
It does. The outcome of this chess match, it could have these ripple effects.
Beyond chess?
Oh, for sure. Fuel nationalism.
Right, impact diplomatic relations.
Even how these countries are seen on the world stage.
It's crazy.
Oh, it is.
Chess, this game of strategy and intellect,
suddenly
intertwined with all this real-world stuff.
It's a reminder that even in chess, we can't escape politics.
Yeah, we can't. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to think about?
That's a good question.
As they're watching this championship.
I think the big question for me, and hopefully for them too, is this. Will this match be a turning point for chess?
It really feels like it could be.
Right. The changing of the guard, the rise of Asia.
The debate about the future of the game.
It all feels like we're on the verge of something new.
But what will that new thing be?
Exactly.
Will we see this new era of Asian dominance?
Possibly.
Will online platforms like chess.com change everything?
Maybe.
Will the World Championship format change?
Who knows? All we can do is watch and see.
Right. Ding and Gukesh, they're not just playing for themselves.
They're playing for so much more.
Their countries, the future of chess.
Their legacies.
It's history in the making.
It really is.
The moves they make on that board
could have implications far beyond the 64 squares.
So to our listeners, I say, pay attention.
Pay close attention.
Watch the games.
Engage in the debate.
And think about the bigger picture.
Because what you're seeing...
It's more than just a chess championship.
It's history unfolding before your eyes.
Until next time.
Keep those minds sharp.
And remember, in chess, like in life...
every move matters.